Okay, good evening, everybody. Um, Here we are in our class for this evening. We are going to get right into it. Okay, just let me share my screen with you. So you see from our announcements that our goal for this evening is to complete assignment number 1. Okay. I also ask you to kind of like practice your lettering style in preparation for tonight's class. And of course, I posted the recording of Monday's class for you to watch here as well. Okay, so let me go back to. So let me stop sharing. Okay. So let's go back here. Okay, so hey, hopefully everybody can see my board. Okay, let me adjust my camera a little bit here. Let's see what I want to do. I want to do it this way. There we go. Good. I'm gonna back it up a little bit here. Good. Good. So as you can see, I have completed the lettering exercise. Oh, before I get there, I sent you a little chat message, right? To make sure that when you place your vellum on your drawing surface, make sure that you align the T-square up to an existing horizontal line. It's going to help, okay? This one, or you can line it up to one of the horizontal lines of the marble floor pattern. Okay. Good. So to reiterate, as you can see, I have completed the scale exercise. Okay. Good. So now tonight we're going to move toward finalizing the marble floor pattern. All right. So let me just adjust my camera again. Here, we'll move this out of the way. Good. And let's get a little straighter than that. Cool. I know that some of you are at a disadvantage because you don't have your circle template. Okay, but we're just going to work around it. Okay, now, here's what we're going to do. Here's what you're going to need. Of course, you're going to need your 2H lead using your 0.7 mechanical pencil. You know, as always, you know, our brush. Okay. What else? You're also going to need your lead holder with H lead in it. Okay. And you're going to need your 45 degree triangle. Okay. That's what you're going to need. All right. So let's get started. Now by now we all know what a good secondary line looks like. Okay, because all the lines of the scale exercise were drawn using secondary lines, just continuous secondary lines. So now what we're going to do, we're going to start to finalize the line work for our marble pattern. All of the squares, the diamonds, and the circles are going to be drawn using secondary lines. Okay, now let's look at the example, right? I know that we took this 18 square and we divided it into 4 equal parts, right? But please note, right, that in the final presentation, the lines do not go through the diamonds nor the circles, right? You see that how they stop there. So as an AET, I was getting that correct the first time. Here's the way I would do it. Let's darken in the diamonds first. Let's do the diamonds first, okay? So now we're going to change these construction lines of the diamonds to nice, wonderful secondary lines. Okay? All right, so I'm going to move this out of my way. Yeah, like this. Yeah, good. So I'm gonna come over here, okay? And I'm gonna get that right on top of that line. I'm gonna do this first diamond here, okay? Good. And I'm just gonna bear down. Pretty good. Good. So I just turned that construction line into a secondary line, okay? So I'm gonna continue to do that. Good. I'm bearing down pretty good. Not going over the line twice, just bearing down initially the first time, okay? All right. Because I want these secondary lines to be thin and dark, so I'm not going over them twice. Just bearing down good the first time. And try to line it up as best you can in terms of drawing the secondary line, turning the construction line into a secondary line. You want to kind of line it up as best you can. Cool, just like that. Okay, so go ahead and do all the diamonds right now. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it with you. Yeah, we just doing the diamonds. Turning them from construction lines into nice, wonderful secondary lines.
Mr. C, I have a question. Not Mr. C, Mr. W, I have a question.
Sure.
When is this plan assignment
Due?
like? Yeah, when is it due?
Yes. Our plan is to finish it this evening.
Okay.
So
Because
essentially, it's going to be due at the end of class.
okay, because I am so behind, and that is my bad. I've been trying to catch up.
I understand.
I was trying to
Okay,
ask
but now,
huh?
sure. I got you. Now, do you at this point do you have all of your equipment?
Yes.
Okay, good. So now, where are you in the process?
The very first part, because I'm confused on what on the line thingy, and I'm going to the page now, so I can see how.
So yeah, so I think if you go back to that video, right, it's going to help you a great deal. Okay.
Okay.
Because I kind of, I kind of do the whole thing. Okay, and I recorded it. Okay.
Okay. I just wanted to know if I could turn it in late. That was it.
Yes, you may. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Williams, I'm not at home tonight, so I'm not near my drawing. Is it okay if I just watch when you record the lecture and then turn it in
Yes,
then?
yes,
Okay, awesome.
okay. Okay, well, I'm continuing to secondary line these diamonds. Trying to get wonderful uniform secondary lines. Line pressure.
Can we erase the lines in the middle? The little crosses in the middle of the diamond?
Yes,
Or not yet?
yes. Use your erasing shield. You'll do that better, okay?
Got it. Thank you.
Drafting is very deliberate, right? It's very deliberate. So just take the time and try to get all these lines to be as uniform in weight and value as possible. Okay, all right. So I have all my diamonds done, but I'm going to give you a chance to do that as well. Okay, once you have the diamonds done, you're probably still working on it. So I'll give you a little moment. Then, of course, we're going to do the same thing with the circles. Okay, we're going to turn those circles from construction lines to secondary lines. And sometimes it can be a little tricky drawing over the circles using secondary lines, but we're going to try to do the best we can. All right, so I'm going to get my circle template out. Okay, I'm using a 1-inch circle here. Okay, I want to align it as closely as I can to my existing circle drawn with secondary lines. Okay, all right. So I'm lining up those quadrant points as best I can. It looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to apply pressure, pressure, pressure now, pressure, pressure all the way around, pressure, 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 pressure. Good. Just like that. Okay? Just like that. Okay? So let's go ahead and get these circles secondary lined. And I like to do too, when I get it perfectly aligned, I kind of press the template against the surface of my vellum. It helps me.
Hey, Mr. W.
Yes.
I'm on Amazon now, but I try to look up a circle template. Is that a Stabler combo circle template?
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, yeah, it's right here on Amazon.
Okay. Make sure, like I said, make sure that it at least has a 1-inch diameter circle. Okay?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just apply pressure, pressure, pressure to that circle template. Good. Yep, that's what we want. I have to extend my lid a little bit and tighten it up too, because it was sometimes the tip of this mechanical pencil becomes loose. So make sure that it's tight, okay? Tighten it back up. All right. Okay. I'm pressing that circle template against the surface now. Okay, pressure, 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 pressure. Now, why does that one look different? Let's see what's going on. Oh, because I used the wrong size circle. So let me erase this one out. Okay. Erase that one out. Use the wrong size circle there. So let's use the right circle here, 1 inch. Let's see, I might have to draw these lines back in to help me a little bit here. Yeah. Okay, cool. Now let's get the right size circle, 1 inch. Let's get those lined up pretty good. Better. Okay, good. So let's get this circle here. And you see how I'm kind of like twisting this mechanical pencil, kind of rotating it as I'm making the circle. Okay, cool. Let's do this one. You probably can't see. Let me move this down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Good. So now you can see the bottom too. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. Line up pretty good. Pressing it down. Pressure, 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 pressure. All right. I'm doing my last one now. You line this up, line this up, line this up, line this up, line this up. That looks pretty good. Press it down. Pressure, 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 pressure. Okie dokie. Straighten this up just a tad this way. Let's move it back a little. There we go. Cool. Let's bring it down a little bit, see what happens. Okay, let's straighten it back up. Okay, let's move it back a little bit. Okay, let me straighten it up just a tad. The other way. Cool. All right. So I know you maybe you're still working, but that's okay. So now I have all the diamonds and the circles drawn. So now what I want to do, okay, I want to draw these horizontal lines here and these vertical lines there. Please note that these lines do not go through the diamonds, nor do they go through the circles, okay? They stop at them, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and do those. I'm start with the horizontal ones first. Sorry about that. It's my phone. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, okay, I'm going to draw these, start with horizontals, okay, start with horizontals, and I'm gonna go draw this one from there to there, stop, okay, draw this one from there to there. I can draw this one from here all the way over to the circle, stop, okay, from the circle to diamond, stop, good. Now, good. So when we look at our sample drawing, we see that here's my last vertical line here, and this horizontal line just extends, right? That distance is really up to you, right? Up to you, and you can make the lengths all the same because there's a difference in the length between from here to here. That is a difference in length that is from here to here than it is from here to here. But you can make that extension, those extensions all the same. I don't care about that. Okay. All that is denoting is that this floor pattern is continuing, but we're only showing this portion of it, right? This pattern continues horizontally and vertically. So I do want to see these extensions, okay? Right. So what you could do, let me get my 3060 out. Let me get my 3060 out. So you could get your 3060 out, right? Okay, and then you can just give yourself, like I said, they could all be the same extension length. I don't care of that. Okay, so I'm just going to come over here and I'm just going to draw myself another line here, right? Construction line. Good, good, just like that. Okay, good. And whatever distance you desire. Okay? So now I can come over here and I can draw this line here from this diamond and terminate it at that line. Yeah. Like that. That's my line of demarcation. Okay, cool. Right. So now I'm still working on the verticals. I mean, pardon me. I might as well do this horizontal line right here. right? So since I'm working on all the horizontals, okay, it's not right here. So bear down pretty good. Bring it over and stop it at that line that I just made. Okay? Good. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and work on that. Was it? Awesome. Awesome. Listen. And okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm in class now. They're looking. No, just no. Looking like evening classes. Mondays and Wednesdays. It starts at 5. It starts at 5:30. Ends at 5. Okay. But if you have to call me back, you really need to call me. Just call me. But sometimes you are. Lots of times they're working. I will give you some instructions, and then they're looking for the parents. So we're not answer the call. Okay. So I'm going to try this as soon as I can. All right. Okay, there we are. You today. Bye-bye. All righty. Do we have any questions or everybody's just working?
Working.
Good. All right. Cool. So I'm going to continue now with my horizontal lines. Okay. So I'm going to go here. Stop at that circle. Pick it up here. Go between the circle and the diamond. It's not matching up that perfectly well, but I'm not worried about that. Okay. And then come over here and I'm ending right there. Cool. All right. And I can draw this line here for cool. So here, up, up, up. Oops. I was bearing down using the right pressure. That's why my pencil broke there. Because I was using the right pressure. Okay. What I'm doing here, my lid broke, so what I'm doing on a separate piece of paper, I'm just trying to just round that lid tip a little bit like this, right? See what I'm doing? Cool. All right. So let's see what happened right there. Where did it break? It broke right here. Let's see if I can get in there. Continue that line. Good. All right, so I can do this, continue this horizontal line here as well. Good. That was a good line right there. Okay. There. There. Cool. I have one more horizontal line. Oh, yeah, one more horizontal line to make, and then I'm going to work on the verticals. Pressure, 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 pressure. Roll that pencil between my fingers. Pressure, pressure, pressure. And like, cool. All right. So all of my horizontal lines are done. So I'm gonna use my 3060, right, for my vertical lines, because that's going to allow me to make one continuous line without starting and stopping. Okay. Yeah, so we have a little issue here. What's going on with that? Okay, that's okay. Oh, good. At the bottom here, I can do the same thing here. Okay, I'm gonna come down here and see, what did I make that extension? I'm just gonna use I made that extension like a quarter of it. So if you can see my bottom, let me bring it down a little bit like this. Oops, okay. Cool. So now you can see my bottom line here. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to come over here. They're about a quarter of an inch. I'm going to do myself a horizontal line. Construction line. Good. So this is where I'm going to start that line from. These vertical lines from that point. Having a little issue here, but it's going to be okay, I think. Okay, I'm just going to start from that line there. Keep going all the way up, 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 all the way up to there. Okay. We're gonna leave it just like that. Okay, cool. All right, and then we're gonna start here. That looks pretty good. Start here at my line of demarcation. Stop. Okay, start. Stop. I want to be a little off there, but I'm not going to be too concerned about that. So all right, let's start. Stop. Oh, my triangle keeps wanting to move on. Okay. Oh, okay. It's trying to get a little difficult here. Start and stop. Cool. Cool. So we'll start with this line here. Legs a little bit too. There we go. Start here with this one. Okay, start there. Go all the way up. Love it. Okay. Over here. Over here to this one. Good. Start. Pressure. Stop. Start. Stop. Okay. Start. Stop. Start. Stop. Start. stop. Oops, I need to take this one all the way down to my other line. There we go. Good. Right. Okay, this line can go all the way up. Yep, start here. All the way up. Cool. Start, stop. Start, stop. That I might help you do. Here. Stop, stop this. Stop, stop. And then pressure, pressure. There we go. All right. Then I have one other line to make here. Okay. Let's start here. All the way up to the top. There we go. Cool. All right. Let me move my light out of the way a little bit here. Let's push this back here so you can see the top. Okay, I have one horizontal line that I need to draw. I'll change it to a secondary line, just this one right here. Okay, so let me come back up here and do this one. Okay, stopping it there. Okay, so with that, I have all of my secondary lines completed. Diamonds, circles, and horizontal and vertical lines, okay? Everybody good?
Yes.
Okay, so if everybody's good, I want to show you the last thing that we're going to do finally to the marble floor pattern. I'm going to come back over here and we're going to look at the line types again, the line type exercise. So let me move my camera over. There we go. Cool. Now, what we're about to do, we're going to make this line, okay, and this line, we're going to make them object lines, okay, object lines. And I brought my with my camera so you can see this is an object line. Okay, this is an object line. So there is a definite distinction between the object line and the secondary line that we made for the scale exercise. Okay, so now we're about to make again this line, this line, this line, and this line. We're going to make those object lines. Okay, so in order to do that, you know you're going to need now your lead holder with H lead in it, because the object line is a primary line, and we use H lead for primary lines. All right, so let me move my camera back over. So now we see the value, how dark and how thick that object line is. You see that. So now let me move the camera back over. Okay. Cool. Yep, so now, oh, that's perfect. All right, so now I'm going to start with this line here. You know, if you don't have to do this, but I want to point this out to you. You see how these lines are kind of overlap? You would never do that in like engineering drafting, right? Because every corner has to be precise. But in architectural drafting, because it is more artistic, it's okay sometimes to cross the corners. It's okay because it's really, more artsy. Okay, cool. But you don't have to cross the corners. You don't have to. All right, so now what I'm gonna, I got my H lead here. Okay, so now this is a primary line, and you note that I say the primary lines for last, right? Right. Save that for last. So I'm going over here. Okay, I'm going to bear down. Okay. Almost there. I'm going to go over it again. So yeah, make sure I can go over it again. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Yep, that's looking pretty good. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to work on my my vertical object line now. Okay, I went over it once. Let's try to get my thickness a little better. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. Okay, cool. All right. So now I've made that line, object line, weight, using my H lid. Okay, cool. So I'll let you go ahead and work on that. And I'll see if I can extend this line here. So that it's touching like that. There we go. All right. Okay. So you see, I just made all of my extensions the same, right? Extensions the same vertically, pardon me, horizontally and vertically, same all the same. Good. Good. All right, I'll let you go work on that. Okay, what I want to do now, I want to go back to D2L. And I want to go to the sample drawing right here.
I don't think your screen's on.
Okay, I'm not sharing, okay? Let me make sure.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Let me. Yep, let me change modes here. Okay, so now we should be good. All right, I'm in D2L and I'm at the sample drawing, okay? Cool. This student did a very nice job with the assignment. Okay, we want ours to look the same. All right, so you see what we just did here, right? We just we made this line here an object line, and we made that line there an object line. Cool. So now we're actually finished with the final line work there. Okay. What we need to add is what I'm calling a main title right here. The main title includes a circle. Okay, so you're going to need the circle template with a line drawn through it. Okay. So if we, let's see, if we go to table of contents right here. Table of contents. Thank you. All right. And if we scroll down to course resources right here. Okay. And then we open up the drawing templates module or submodule. Okay. I want you to do two things for me, okay? Well, right now we're looking at the main title, okay? So let's look at the main title PDF. Okay. We see that the main title is comprised of a circle having a diameter of 3/4 of an inch with a line bisecting that circle. Okay. This half of the circle is going to include the drawing number with text drawn at 1/8 of an inch. This bottom half of the circle is going to show the sheet number, okay? And we'll talk about that when we talk about the title block, okay? And then Above the line, we have the drawing title, and then below the line, we have the scale. Okay? Right. Again, 3/4 of an inch diameter circle bisected by a horizontal line. Okay, okay, let's go back to our sample drawing. Table of contents. Learning materials. Weeks 1 and 2. Down to assignment number 1. Keep going down, 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 down. Sample drawing right here. Okay. Now, so now we see that that main title is a 3/4 inch circle bisected by a horizontal line. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly how to place it, but I want you to look at how it's placed here on the sample drawing. Right? It's kind of centered visually, not exactly, horizontally, like between here and there. It's kind of centered, right? But not quite, okay? This distance from this line to the top of the circle is up to you. Just make it relative to the sample drawing, okay? So what I want you to do with construction lines, right? Lay out the main title, including the circle, 3/4 inch circle, okay, using your circle template, okay? And then bisecting that circle with a line. Just make, at this point, just make the circle and the line, just make it construction lines.
Mr. W, how high up is the that line for the title? How high up is it?
I didn't tell you. I want you to look at the sample drawing,
Oh, look at this. Okay, I got you.
okay? And make it look like the sample drawing.
Where was the sample of the title?
Okay, of the main title, okay. What you need to do is go back to D2L, okay. Let me go there, okay. Good. Let me scroll up. Let's go to table of contents right here. Okay, scroll down until you come to course resources. Open that up, okay. And then go to drawing templates right here. Okay, and then the main title PDF is right there. Cool, got it?
Yeah, I'll find it. Thank you.
Okay. Remember, the circle is 3/4 of an inch in diameter. It's on the screen. Uh, don't worry about the length of this horizontal line that bisects the circle. Don't worry about it. Just make it, just draw it as a construction line and just take it out, okay? Because once we at the text, the length of the text is going to determine the length of that line. So for right now, don't worry about the length of it. Did anybody get a chance to look at the feedback that I gave you relative to the lettering exercises?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good, good. Okie dokie, okay. So, okay. So, as you can see, I've laid out my main title here. Okay. With construction lines, we're gonna go back later. We're gonna turn the circle and the line into secondary lines a little bit later. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do. So now let's look at what we're gonna do next. Okay, everybody should be able to see my screen now. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to drawing templates up here, drawing templates. To that breadcrumb, and then we're going to open up the title block template right here, this PDF. Good. Now, you can either make reference to it or go ahead and print it, please. I would suggest printing it if you can. So I'm just going to download it like I normally do. I'm just going to open it up. Okay. And just print it on 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Okay. Okay, now I'm back looking at my board. Okay, what I want to do. Okay, yeah, I want to bring it down to the bottom. Okay, I want you to see the bottom. There we go. Excellent. All right. Good. So now we know that this is the perimeter of the title block right here with construction lines. What we're about to do is to lay out the other lines of the title block using construction lines. Now, when you look at the title block, right? Okay, it's going to have this orientation, right? These three columns here are going to be at the bottom, starting here, right? Columns here. Okay. So now, but why don't we go ahead and lay out the horizontal lines first? Okay. So we see from the bottom of title block here to this first line here is 3 inches, okay? And then this block itself is 1 inch, okay? Which will contain the college logo, okay? And then from that line to this line is 5 inches, okay? So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna use our full-size scale, right? Because we always use our full-size scale to do our compositional layout. Okay, so let's make reference to your full-size scale, please. Okay, and we all should know what the full-size scale is now. Okay, cool. All right, so now from this line to the next line, horizontal line here, that's a dimension of 3 inches. So why don't we go ahead and lay that out? 3 inches. I'm gonna move this over here like this, and then I see what's not this over here like this. Okay. Cool. All right. So, of course, we're back to using our mechanical pencil for our construction lines. Okay. I'm putting my 0 here, and I'm going 3 inches, 1, 2, 3 inches, and giving myself a reference point. And right now, I'm just going to use construction lines. Okay. 3 inches. I'm laying out that first line. Cool. And then let me move this back a little bit like this. Okay. Cool. Then from this line to the next horizontal line is 1 inch. All right, so I'll put 0 here, 1 inch. Cool. And then from this line, from that line to the next horizontal line there, it's 5 inches.
You said 5 inches?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, 5 inches, okay. Cool, all right. So I've just drawn the line that includes scale, date drawn by, and then the logo, and then the drawing title, and then lastly here, I have a line here that should be 1 inch. So let's see what it is. Mine seems to be like a little longer. No. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it 1 inch. Okay. I'm gonna make it 1 inch. Okay. I'm gonna make from here to here 1 inch. That'll help me. All right. So I should have an inch left over, but I had a little bit more than an inch. So what I'm going to do, I decided to erase the line here and just draw a line from here to there, from here to here as an inch. Okay. So in my case, probably not your case. In my case, from here to here, it's going to be a little longer, slightly longer than 5 inches. Okay, but I want to ensure that from here to here was 1 inch. Okay, cool. Okay, so now I'll give you a chance to work on that. Okay. This is kind of where you would kind of use the dry cleaning pad, okay? Because all the work over here is kind of like finished, right? So and I'm sliding this T-square up and down over that work, right? And I started to get some little smudges in there. So I would just pat this like this, right? Just pat this, and that leaves a residue. You don't need much. You don't need much. Just pat it over the surface, right? And you would actually draft through that, so you don't need a whole lot. But that gives a extra protection against the bottom of the T-square or your straight edge as you're gliding it over your finished work. Okay. To help prevent like smudges, okay? So that's this dry cleaning pad in application. Another thing I like to do too is, okay, if I have all this work here, I have all this finished, all these finished lines over here. They're completed, you know, so some of them are primary lines, okay, which smudge more easily. So what I like to do sometimes is to stick a piece of paper, right, and cover that, right, okay, and then when I slide my T-square up, see, I'm not sliding it over my finished work, I'm sliding it over this sheet of protection here, this protection sheet. Okay, so that's like two methods of keeping the drawing kind of clean and smudge free, particularly when you've done final line work. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's okay. Let's come back over here. Let's see. Can we get to the bottom? Almost there. Okay, let's extend this out a little bit more. Okay, a little bit more. Cool. And let's just straighten it up a little bit. The other way. Cool. All right, so now you can see this line and see that line. Let me pull it back just a little. That's better. Okay. All right. Is anybody still working on, pardon me, is anybody still working on the horizontal lines? No? Cool. All right, so now let's go to the bottom, okay? Okay, let's go to this orientation. We're about to create these three columns here, okay? These three columns here, right? Here and here, from here to here, it's three columns, all right? Now, the width of one, let me turn around this way. The width of one of these columns is 11/30 seconds. That's sort of a weird dimension. So let's see how we could find 11/30 seconds on our full size scale. Okay, so we all can see this right here. Do it this way. That's better. Okay, do it this way. All right. We know that the smallest increment, meaning from here to here, is 1/16, right? And there are 2 30 seconds in 1/16. And I need 11/30 seconds. Okay, so 2 30 seconds in 1/16. Okay, so 2 30 seconds, 4 30 seconds, 6 30 seconds, 8 30 seconds, 10 30 seconds, and then halfway between, right there, would be 11/30 seconds. We got that? Let's do it again. There are 2 30 seconds in 1/16. All right. So here's 1/16. So that's 2 30 seconds, 2 30 seconds, 4 30 seconds, 6 30 seconds, 8 30 seconds, 10 30 seconds. Then halfway between would be 11/30 seconds. All right. So I'm going to do that. Come over here. The same thing here. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then halfway between is going to be 11/30 seconds. If you can see that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, then halfway between. I'm judging that, that's 11/30 seconds. Okay, cool. So I'll make my reference mark. 30 seconds. Okay, and then construction line there. Okay, so now I make that first column being 11/30 seconds in width. All right, and then the other one, let's go another 11/30 seconds. Okay, there's 2, 2, 4. This pen, yeah, there we go. Make sure you check the tip of this mechanical pencil because it has a tendency to loosen itself and it needs to be tight. Okay. All right, so we're going to go 11. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then halfway between is 11/30 seconds. Right there. Cool. All right. Cool. So I have made those 3 columns. Okay. From here to here. Okay. So I'm going to let you go and work on that. I know we don't normally take breaks, but do we need to take a break? Or can we keep going?
I'm good.
Sounds good to me. Okay, we're about to add those 3 columns to the title block, okay? Okay, so while you're working on that, I want to emphasize something here. Never use this dry cleaning pad for erasing purposes. It's not for that purpose. It's just what you're trying to do is put a film of protection over the surface of the drawing media. But you should never rub it for erasing purposes. That's what you need, just like that. All right. Everybody good? Good. Okay. Okay, we get ready to move on then. Okay, so now, what we're going to do, I need you to make reference to, let's go back to the line typed handout. Let's go back to this, okay? Because what we're about to do now is to lay out all the guidelines for our text, okay? We have to add all this text here, right? All this text. But what we're gonna do first, before we add the text, of course, we gotta add our guidelines, which is gonna help us control the height of the text, okay? What we gotta do first. All right, so now let's look at this here, okay? We already have this borderline here drawn. Here we go. So from the space between the line and the top of this B, that's going to be 1/8 of an inch. 1/8 of an inch, okay? So we have line, 1/8 of an inch space, 1/8 of an inch text, and we have 2 lines of text, so we know the space between the text is always 1/2 the height of the lettering. So of course, 1/8 space, 1/8 text, 1/16 space, 1/8 text, okay? And all the text is left justified to the beginning of the line here. See that? Left justified, all right? So let's do it together, okay? So of course, what are we using? Full-size scale, full-size scale, all right? So now, if you can see it, yes, there it is, all right? So here's my line. I'm gonna have 1/8 of an inch space, okay? And then I'm going to draw my first guideline. My little particles are kind of getting in my way. So I'm going to kind of brush those aside a little bit because I'm getting those confused against my reference mark. So I'm going to come over here and there it is. I see it. Okay. And then make these guidelines very, very light because you will not have an opportunity to erase them. I'm gonna make mine a little bit darker so you can see it. Okay, so what did I do? Good. Line, 1/8 of an inch space at full-size scale. Okay, now the height of my first line of text is 1/8 of an inch. So, right, so I'm gonna come back to full size scale. Okay. 1/8 of an inch. Okay. Okay. And that's my first line of text right here. Right? So now I need 1/16 space. And then another 1/8 inch high line of text. Yeah, I really gotta brush this away. There we go. There we go. And that really is, for the most part, how you're gonna be spacing these, drawing these guidelines, basically, okay? As we get a little further down, we're gonna have to adjust and make some changes. But typically it's going to be this: 1/8 space, okay, 1/8 high text, 1/16 space, 1/8 high text. So okay, so let's do the next line. We do the next line together. So starting at the bottom of this hidden line here, okay, I need a space, 1/8 space. I gotta brush this away. There we go. Let me brush it over here. There we go. Brush it over. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So let's go 1/8 space from the last hidden line. Okay. Okay. 1/8 of an inch text for my first line of text. Then 1/16 space. Oh, I don't like that one. That line there is really off. I'm gonna get the last line that I just did. That's really off. Okay, cool. Let's see if we can get it to be more, yeah, 1/8. There we go. Okay, first line of text. Then 1/16 space again. Okay. Second line of text, 1/8 of an inch. Okay, you got it? Any questions about that? Okay, so it's going to be the same for this secondary line. It's going to be the same for this center line. We probably are going to make a little change. Well, we are going to make a little change to it when we get to our dimension and extension lines because of the vertical extension lines, right? Okay, but well, we can still do it together. Okay, so I'll come over here. Here's my secondary line. I need 1/8 of an inch space. Okay. And I know that I'm doing this separately, but you don't have to do them separately. You can just go ahead and if you don't get confused, okay, you can do them sequentially. All right. Good, 1/16 space. Okay, 1/8 text again. Please keep these guidelines very light, please, because you won't have an opportunity to erase them. Cool, all right. So now that brings me down to my center line, same scenario. 1/8 space, 1/8 text. In this case, I just did, right away. I did it sequentially. All right, then we're gonna go 1/16 space. It's kind of tight there, I didn't realize that tight, but that's okay. 1/16 space. Okay, and then 1/8 of it is text again. Okay, so I'll give you a chance to work on that until we get to our dimension and extension lines. We always save our annotation for last. Okay, yeah, let's bring it down a little bit more. Okay, all right. So maybe some of you are still working on these, but when we get to the dimension and extension line here, do we need more time before I talk about that?
No.
No? Good, excellent. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Simply, I don't know what length that you made this extension line, this vertical extension line, but all we're gonna do is from the end of this line, we're just gonna drop down 1/8 of an inch. That's all we're gonna do. Okay? And that's gonna be our first guideline for our first line of text. And then we're gonna go back to the same scenario. We're gonna go 1/8 of an inch and then 1/16 space. Okay, and then of course another 1/8 of an inch space for our last second line of text. Cool.
Excuse me.
Yes.
It is a quality. It's a quality, right?
Hmm.
I mean this. So
Okay.
I mean the
Okay. Which are you talking about? The dimension and extension line here?
yeah, between the
So here's what I did. From the end of this line right here, this vertical line right here,
yes.
I came down 1/8 of an inch space, 1/8 of an inch.
Oh, okay.
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 And we're going to do the same thing for our break line, right? For our break line. So what we're going to do. From the space is going to change a little bit. From the bottom, I know it looks different on the sample drawing, but we're going to do it this way. See how it works out. Well, it all depends. Okay, I don't know how long you made this line. Okay, I don't know how long you made it. Um, okay, so let's follow the example, okay? So from and then because we're going to kind of like separate break and line, okay, at the actual break symbol, okay? So we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna go line 1/8 space 1/8 text 1/16 1/8 text, okay? So we'll do it that way because I don't know how long you made that line. So here I am here. Okay, I'm gonna go 1/8 space and then 1/8 text. Okay, and I'm gonna make it very, very, very light, and I'm just gonna run it right through that break symbol. Just like that, okay? And then of course I'm gonna have 1/16 space and then 1/8 of an inch text. Okay. Okay. And we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. So here we are at the numbers, the text, oh, here we go. The text here, right? The text here, and we have these guidelines here, this 1/4 of an inch. All right, so from this last guideline here, we're gonna give ourselves 1/8 of an inch space. Okay. From the last guideline. Okay. And then we're gonna go 1/8 of an inch text. One 1/16 space. And then another 1/8 of an inch high text. Okay. That brings us down to our construction line. And we know that the width of these two construction lines, the distance between them is 1/8 of an inch. So this can get a little bit confusing because we don't know these 1/8. But starting from the bottom, this bottom construction line right here, okay, we need a space of 1/8 of an inch. Really haven't changed. Okay. Okay, and 1/8 of an inch high text. Okay. Okay, and then 1/16. Okay, and then 1/8 of an inch text again. Cool. All righty. Cool. A little bit confusing, but you got it. Then, as we work on our last, I agree chance to kind of do that a little bit. And then we're gonna do the guidelines for our leader lines. dokey. Pull this down a little bit. There we go. Good. So now we're doing the last set of guidelines for our line type exercise. Okay. So from this curvilinear right here, this horizontal line here. Okay. We're going to drop down 1/8 of an inch to give us a 1/8 of an inch space. Okay. Okay. And same scenario, 1/8 of an inch text. Where's that 1/8? Okay. Cool. 1/8 of an inch text. Okay. 1/16 space. And then 1/8 of an inch text again. Okay. Okay, and that will conclude laying out the guidelines for the line type exercise. So I'll give you a chance to finish that up. And then we're going to move to the scale exercise. So let me get set up for that. Okay, let's start from the bottom. We'll start from the bottom here. Good. A little bit more. Cool. Okay, can we move on to the laying out the guidelines for the scale exercise? Cool. All right. So we have to lay out this text here, right? Now this one we have text at the top and text at the bottom. Okay. Text at the top of the line and text at the bottom. But here's what we're going to do first. If I can bring this closer so you can see it. Good. We know we have this vertical line here, right? So the first thing we're going to do, and we see how this text is indented here, okay? Right there. Here's a line, and text starts there. Well, we're going to make that indentation. Let me see what we're going to make. We're going to make that indentation 1/8 of an inch full size scale. So here I am at the bottom, at the bottom line, okay, of the scale exercise at the bottom. So what I'm going to do from the vertical line here, I'm going to measure over. Oops, let me. That's better. Okay, good. So from this vertical line, I'm going to give myself a space here of 1/8 of an inch, and that's going to be my left justification margin. So from this vertical line here, I measured over an 1/8 right there. Good. And I'm going to draw that line all the way up as a very, very light margin. 1/8 of an inch. Okay. Good. Make sure everything's tight here. Okay. That works for me. Okay. So I'm gonna do that line all the way up. Okay, so at the bottom, but I'm using my 30-60 triangle, right, to give me more length. Okay, so I'm gonna go all the way up. You can see what I did. There's that line right there. I came in 1/8 of an inch, drew a line vertically all the way up. Okay, so that's going to be my left justification for my text. Okay, so now I can bring it back up to the top because that's where we're going to start. We're going to start from the top. Cool. So you see how I brought that line all the way up, right? All the way up. All the way up. Cool. So once we have our left justification line, okay, let's look at how we're going to do the guidelines. Okay, simple. Okay, we have the line already. Okay, we're going to go 1/16 space and 1/8 of an inch text. Okay, for the bottom one, same scenario. From the line, 1/16 space and 1/8 of an inch high text. Okay, what we're going to do. So let's start from the top one. Okay, what do I need? I need 1/16 space and 1/8 of an inch text. One 1/16 space and 1/8 of an inch text. I didn't like that. I didn't like that last line that I just made. I'm going to make it over. It's not quite 1/8 of an inch. So I'll use my handy dandy erasing shield. Just going to erase that line out of here. Okay, cool. All right, so let's try that again. One 1/16 space and then 1/8 of an inch high text. Much better. Okay, then the text below the line, same thing. 1/16 space and then 1/8 of an inch high text. Right? And that's it. You're going to be doing it all the way down. Okay? All the way down. Okay? Good. So, same scenario. 1/16 space. 1/8 text above the line. Okay, that 1/16 space looks kind of weird. I'll just do another one. Cool. All right. 1/16. Push some more of this. Push it to this side. One 1/16 space. 1/8 of. Okay, I know you got it by now. So just continue. How are we doing with those guidelines?
Good.
Good, cool. Let me know when you finish them, okay? You finished? Wow, cool.
One's still working.
Okay. Who's still working? I'm sorry.
Jason.
Jason, okay, Jason. All righty. It looks like we might not finish because we have to do all this annotation, but we should definitely finish with this assignment by midpoint of class on Monday. Definitely. Okay, I'm going back to drawing templates in D2L. And I'm looking at the main title template again. Okay? So what we're going to do now, we're going to lay out the guidelines for the main title. We see that the text that goes here, which is the drawing number, is 1/8 of an inch in height, and it's centered vertically and horizontally within this half circle. Okay. And we see also that the sheet number is also 1/8 of an inch in height and centered vertically and horizontally within this half of the circle. Okay. We see from this edge of the circle to the drawing title has a space of 1/4 of an inch. Okay. We see that the drawing title height of the text is 1/4 of an inch. So you know what you're going to have, right? Just like we did before with the scale exercise. We have the line, okay, then 1/16 high text, okay, and then 1/4 high text, okay. The word scale is 1/8 of an inch in height. And as we go down to it from the line, we have the line, 1/16 space, and then 1/8 of an inch 1/8 of an inch text. So now we're going to go ahead and lay out the guidelines for the main title text. Okay, so here I am, right? So here's my 3/4 of an inch circle right here. Right? So, you know, if I simply from this line right here, if I just measure up 1/8 of an inch, okay, if I measure from that line up 1/8 of an inch and do 1/8 and then do another 1/8 of an inch for the height of the lettering, that should be like visually centered vertically. Okay. Cool. So I went line, 1/8 of an inch, then 1/8 of an inch text. I'm going to do the same thing for the lower half. Okay, 1/8 of an inch space, 1/8 of an inch high text. That should kind of get me visually centered. Cool. Then I need to put in the guidelines for the actual drawing title. Okay, so according to the template, okay, I'm starting from this. I'm starting from this point of the circle, and then I'm measuring over 1/4 of an inch, and I'm striking a vertical line. Okay, 1/4. Okay, that's my vertical line for my left justification of my text. And then I'm going to measure up 1/16 space and then 1/4 inch text for the drawing title itself. So 1/16 space let me do it this way. Smooth my, yeah. There we go. There we go. So 1/16 space. I'll do it over here because 1/16 space. Okay. And then 1/4 high text. Okay, okay. Let's put that in there. Okay, cool. And then I'm going to drop down below the line 1/16 space. And then 1/8 of an inch high text for the, let me get that 1/16 right. 1/16. That looks better. Okay, and then 1/8 of an inch for the word scale itself. Okay. So let's get that in there.
Hey, Mr. W. I got confused with the
Yeah, it's
mark.
kind of easy. It's kind of easy. Okay, with the main title.
I'm at the marble flooring header title. Oh yeah, that's what we got.
Yes.
I got the 1/16 down. I got the 1/8 down. The ones after that going up.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can make reference to the. Do you have the main title?
The
PDF.
sheet. No, yeah, I was looking for it, but we started. I was gonna print it after we finished.
Okay. So let me go back to that. Let me see. Because I think it makes it clear. Okay. Now, you see here we have the line, right? The line.
Yep, I got that.
1/16 and then 1/4, right?
It's 2/4. Oh, that's 2/4.
No. Okay.
No.
So now we're talking about the word drawing title, correct?
Yes.
So now we have the line, and then we have 1/16 space. See that right there? So
Yeah, I got that.
okay, and then the height of this text is 1/4. You got that right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. The height of this text is 1/4. Okay.
Oh, that's how tall it is. Oh, never mind. Okay.
Pardon?
No, I got it. I got the 1/4 down.
Okay. So then now, so now we go down to the bottom. Okay. So we have the word scale, but we have a 1/16 space here. What?
Adding that now.
And then 1/8 of an inch high text. Word scale.
All right, got it.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
All righty. Okay. Ooh. Let's see if we can lay out the guidelines for the title block. And then that's probably going to be the last thing we're going to do for this evening. You guys have worked very hard. Next class, we're going to work on the annotation, right? Annotation. So keep practicing your lettering style, okay? Keep practicing. All right, so let's make reference. Let me move my camera back over here. Okay, cool. Okay, good. All right. Let's move a little bit higher here. Cool. Let's bring it back this way. Let's straighten it up here. Okay. All right, so now you need to make reference to the title block PDF. Okay, right here. Okay, now let me bring this up because 60, yeah. So now you see from this line here, oops. From okay, from this line here, this wants to slide off here. Let me see. Yeah, we can still see it. Okay, good. From this line here, which is this line right there, to where this text starts is 1/4 of an inch. See that 1/4. So we're gonna do that first. Okay. This is my force scale. Come over here. Okay. 1/4 of an inch. 1/4 of an inch. From this line here, you can see that 1/4 of an inch. Okay. Give myself a reference point here, 1/4 of an inch. And that's where that text starts. Just like that. Okay. So we see that within these 3 columns, we're going to be writing the scale, the date, and drawn by, okay? All of that text there is 1/8 of an inch in height. Okay, 1/8. Okay, so I'm going to do it visually without doing a whole lot of math. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. If you can, let me bring this down closer. Let's see if I can get down closer like that. Cool, yes. So now, from here to here is 1/8, right? It's 1/8. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get that visually centered. I see that this is 1/8, right? And I'm getting it visually centered between this 11/32 column. Just visually. So I need a mark there and a mark there. It doesn't have to be exactly centered, but this has to be visually centered. So you see how I did it, right? See how I did it, right? So now I can draw a guideline here, and I can draw a guideline here. And it's visually centered without doing a whole lot of math. Okay, cool. So now do the same thing over here. From here to here is 11/32, and from here to here is 1/8. So I'm going to visually get that centered in there. Yeah, like that. I need a reference mark here and a reference mark there. Cool. Okay. Guideline. That's pretty good in terms of being visually centered. All right, so same scenario over here. I know from here to here is 11/32, and I know from here to here is 1/8. I see that. I kind of get that 1/8, and I kind of get it centered. That looks pretty good right there. There, and there. Cool. Yeah. Good. All right. So you see, I've laid out 3 sets of guidelines, each being 1/8 of an inch and visually centered within these 3 columns. Okay, let's go back, see if we can go up here. Okay, we need to go back a little more. Okay, good. Get back a little bit more. Okay. Not quite that far. Okay. There we go. Okay. I'll let you work on those columns there for a moment.
For the columns, it's 1/8 and 1/16 again.
No. If you saw what I did, okay, and it's gonna kind. Let me get back down here to it. Let me see. Cool. You see from here to here, right? It's 11 30 right?
Yep, that's what I got.
Yeah, which is the width of the column. So what I did, I know the text is 1/8 of an inch high. So from here to here is 1/8, right? So you know what I did? I just visually took that 1/8 like this, and I visually centered it. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yep, you made 2 1/8 lines.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
Each column?
Each, okay,
Well, each section?
right, because,
Oh, yeah, the lines.
yeah, we see, because the first column contains the word scale at 1/8 of an inch. Second column contains the word date at 1/8 of an inch. And the third column contains the words drawn by 1/8 of an inch.
Alrighty.
So we're making guidelines for all of those. Okay, we're almost there with this. All right, we're doing good for time too. All right, so let's look at this next area here, right? That includes the words drawn title and the course, and the name of the course. Okay, all right. We're not going to worry about centering it vertically right now. We're just going to work on the horizontal distances. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Okay, from this line, we're going to have 1/4 of an inch high text. Pardon me. From this line, we're going to have 1/4 of an inch. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to have 1/4 inch space and then 1/4 inch text. Okay, and then we're going to drop down to the bottom. We're going to have, from this line, we're going to have 1/8 of an inch space and then 1/8 of an inch text. Okay, so let's go back to the top. This line here, the space here, 1/4. This text here, 1/4. This space here, 1/8. This text here, 1/8. Okay, so let's do that. Okay. And you can see my screen. All right, so what I'm going to do, okay, from this line, yeah, I'm going to make it 1/4. From this line, I'm going to have a reference point here that's going to be 1/4 of an inch. Okay, and that's going to be the top of my top instruction guideline. Gracious. Guideline. So line 1/4, because everything tight here. There's my line. I'm just going to draw it like that. Cool. All right. So line here, the space that I just drew is 1/4 of an inch, and then the text itself is going to be 1/4 of an inch. Cool. Cool. All right, there it is. 1/4 space, one quarter space, let me come down, no, one quarter space and then 1/4 text. Got it, you got it, okay, good. And then we're gonna drop down to the bottom line here, or this line to the right, okay? What we're gonna have there is 1/8 of an inch space and then 1/8 of an inch text, okay? Line, 1/8 of an inch space and then 1/8 of an inch text. There we go. All right. So I'll give you a chance to work on that. Okie dokie. We all good with that? Thank you. So let's go to the last little box there. Once I find my, here it is. Okay, let me move my camera to the end here, get it down close. There we go. Oh, that's good. All right, let's get a little straighter. Fine, that's fine. Okay, there we are. All right, so now we're gonna look at this last little box there. Okay? That box is going to contain the words drawing number and the actual drawing number itself. Okay, so what we're gonna do initially, we're gonna take this box here and we're gonna divide it into equal parts vertically, right? So the width of the box is 1 inch, so we can come in here 1/2 inch, okay? And we're gonna divide that box into 2 equal parts vertically. That was nice. Two parts vertically. Oh my, I know why, because I'm constricted in space here. So I will eventually get this line drawn. All right, that's it. A little confined for space, right? But okay, there we go. All right, good. So now we have this box here divided into 2 equal parts vertically. So now what we're going to do here, okay? When we look at this text, the word drawing number and the number itself, they are both 1/8 of an inch in height. Okay, so all we're going to do is from this line here, we're going to go 1/16 and then 1/8 text. Okay, All right. Cool. All right. And then that was above the line. So then below the line, we're going to go 1/16 again. And 1/8 of its text. And I'm gonna break the drafting rules by doing it this way because I'm confined for space here. But you know, this is not the proper technique. Okay, it's helping me out right now due to my space restriction. There we go. All right. So I have a line here that we use to divide the square into two parts vertically, and then from that line I went 1/16, 1/8, and then to the top, and then to the bottom, 1/16, 1/8. Okay. So with that, we have laid out all the guidelines for the text. Now, what we're going to do on Monday, we're going to do all the annotation. Okay, we're going to do all the annotation. Okay, all the lettering. Okay, we're going to turn that main title, right? We're going to make it secondary. Okay, we're going to add all the text to the line types, all the text to the skill exercise, and then we're going to add all the text to the title block. We're going to draw in the logo, right? And then we're going to finalize. Our final line work will be making all the lines of the title block a borderline. Okay, so that's where we're going to end up. How we're going to finish up on Monday. Are there any questions? Okay, I want you to use this time to practice your lettering. Practice your lettering again over the weekend. Now,
I do want you to see something now.
pardon me?
I said, I do want you to see something just so that I know that this is the correct way of the cartoon that I'm drawing.
Okay. I will talk with you after we did. Who am I talking to? Xavier?
Charles.
Pardon?
Charles.
Charles. Okay, Charles. I will get with you after in a few minutes. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So you and I can talk together. Now. In preparation for our next drawing, which is going to be geometric construction, okay? Everybody needs to have a compass, a compass. So between now and probably the latter part, between now and Monday, please, if you don't have a compass, please get a compass. I know they had them at the Stanton bookstore, but they seem to be running out of everything. But this is what you're going to need to start the next exercise. So I'm trying to give you advance notice so you'll have the equipment. Cool? All right. If there are not any other questions, I'm going to talk to Charles, and the rest of you have a good weekend, and I will see you on Monday.
All right. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
you too.
Good weekend, teacher.
Okay,
Thanks.
have a good
Bye.
one. Okay, Charles, you still there?
Yes, I'm still in, Mr. W.
Okay, now, can you,
All right.
you can't share your screen with me, can you? No, you can't.
Not how my
Okay,
camera.
I tell you what, why don't you take your drawing and hold it up to your camera and let me look at it that way.
All right.
Okay, I need you to share your screen with me though. Let me stop sharing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so go ahead and share your screen with me now.
All right. Share screen. It said the host disabled participant screen sharing.
Okay, hold on. I can fix that. Okay, try it now.
Here we go. How do I? Okay, no, here we go.
There we go. You got it.
All right. You see me now?
No, I can't.
How do I flip this thing? I'm trying to figure out how to flip the camera around.
Do you try to use? You can't use your phone. You know that, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
let
never
me
mind.
do that because it'll make life a lot easier.
Yeah, yeah. Just use your phone.
Let me. Do you see anything?
Oh, I see your phone. Hold on, it's buffering here.
All right. I'm trying to
You can just turn your camera. Like it's supposed to can
here
flip
we
it.
go. All right.
There we go. All right. Hold on a second here. Hold on a second. Okay, Charles.
What you say, Mr. W?
I can't really see your.
Yeah, no, it's very hard to see this thing. Let me try to. Can you see it now?
No, I can't. Why can't I see it?
I think you add an extra 9 in there.
Yeah, it's hard to see because of this lighting.
Charles,
Yes.
just take a photograph, um, of your, cartoon
Okay.
and email it to me, okay?
All right. I'm doing it right now.
Mr. William.
Yes.
All right, so I was working a little bit ahead. Just can I some help for it?
I'm sorry, what's the last thing you said?
No, so I think I work a little bit ahead.
Sure.
But can I ask a few things about the template?
Yes.
Okay, so so where we is it supposed to like face? I should. It's supposed we put right over here or face to this side?
Okay, so you're asking a question about you,
No, so I write it like over on this side.
I can't,
Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you, but
No, I
I don't,
mean
I don't understand your question.
I so suppose we like writing face to this side or like on the opposite side?
Okay, now, you're talking about adding the annotation, is that correct? Hello?
I think so. When I write date, right? Is it like on this side?
Okay, hold on, hold on.
I suppose. Oh my god!
Now, I got you, hold on.
Right.
Okay,
Like, it's supposed to be like facing.
I'm gonna show you, hold on one second.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now, now you see the title block, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, let's go to the sample drawing. I think that might be helpful.
So I just have it for the sample drawing.
Okay, you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Your annotation should look just like this.
Okay, so he's pointing on the side.
Yes.
I got it. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah. Also for the. Okay, never mind. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay. Have a good night.
Okay, you too.
I sent you the
Okay, so let me check my email. I'm checking my email right now. I got it.
all right.
That looks perfect, Charles.
Thank God. Whew.
That's good. The cartoon is good.
Yeah, I should be caught up by next Monday. By everything
Okay.
should be caught up by Monday.
Okay, I'm looking at, you see the top line of the title block? It seems to be not straight though. Oh,
The very, very top,
yes.
I tried to measure it by a half inch. I tried to do the whole thing by
Yeah.
half inch because that's what was on the paper. And
Yeah. Yeah, but it seems to be, it's not straight. The line, the horizontal.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Yep.
Okay, I'll just make it Just make it horizontal, okay?
All right,
Make it horizontal, 1/2 inch from the edge of the paper.
all right,
But other than that, the cartoon looks good, all right?
all righty.
Okay, I'll just follow those videos. If you come to a part that you don't understand, email me and I'll respond back to you.
All right, thanks, Miss Debbie. Have a good night.
Okay, you're welcome.